finally back from my vacation. So let me get on here. I kind of missed talking. I went to South Africa for 2 weeks. Did a week in Johannesburg, and I did basically a week in Cape Town. My first time being in South Africa. I've been to the continent plenty of times, but first time in South Africa. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and some of the things I saw, similarities to what I see here in the West, and just the overall experience of just getting on the plane. That's why I say passport game. We got to have passports, guys. And we got to save our money, grind hard all year, and go somewhere international. But anyway, let me get into the trip. So I prepared, paid for the trip, all that. I get there, and it's basically like America, okay, or Europe, maybe Amsterdam, something like that. To kind of give you an idea, I didn't really enjoy I enjoyed the trip because I got a chance to rest and relax and see new things, but I didn't enjoy their climate, their political climate, their cultural climate, their racial climate. That I didn't really like, but overall, I appreciate the trip. The women, oh my God, they got the most beautiful women on the planet. I did not know. That's just like a hidden secret. I did not know that the women were that fine. I'm talking about looks, as far as facial, body. They was in shape. Ass is out of this world, guys. If you went to ass or in the titties, it don't matter. They had both, okay? But the only thing was, of course, it's basically a Western country. Even though it's South Africa, it's basically a Western country. So they got this, you know, they're snobs, they're stuck-up women. You know, they feel like they look so good that, you know, guys got to spend money and basically buy them. And they got the same, you know, attitudes as Western women. So that part I didn't like, but can't say all of them. Some of them did was vibing with me or whatever. You know what I mean? But they didn't really go nowhere because I can hear the underlying tone, you know, in their voice, just like being in America. So that don't impress me at all. But I went to some of the rich areas. Infrastructure is wonderful. The cities, the architecture, the layout, a lot of it is just like in America. But now when you get to the ghettos, or what they call the townships, I went through a couple of townships, and it's really bad. I think it's probably the worst I've ever seen. Seen the ghettos in Western Africa. Well, I wouldn't even say ghettos, but just where the poor people live. Same way when I went to the Caribbean, Bahamas, Jamaica, and then of course here in America, all the different states I've been to. It's the worst there. Those townships are the worst I've ever seen. You basically got millions of people living in the area. And most of the homes are not even homes. They're basically tin shacks that you'll see in somebody's backyard. It's like a tool shed, or they keep their lawnmower and their garden tools and their rakes and their shovels and backhoes and stuff like that. This is what people were living in. And of course, no running water. You know, who needs that? No toilets. Who needs that? So basically people were, you know, doing their business in a bucket, and they dig big ditches in the back of their shacks, like one long ditch. It's sort of like an alley. We would call it an alley in Chicago. And they pour their stuff there, and I guess when the rain comes, it takes it to wherever it takes it to. Wow. It's a marvelous system, right? But when I went through there, I mean, the smell, of course, it smells, but they had the most beautiful women I've ever seen pull as dirt and had enough nerve to be stuck up. It was like the most puzzling thing I ever saw. I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, you know, I'm not a monk. I'm a MGTOW, but I'm not a monk. So these women just don't understand. I'm like, could like be God to them, and they don't even have running water, not bed. They sleeping on the floor. I'm like, sleeping bags, the whole nine. But when they come about them shacks, dude, I kid you not, they had some of the baddest bodies I ever seen in the world. I've been to a lot of places. They got the baddest bodies I ever seen. And I'm just like trying to holler at a couple of them. They had enough nerve to have an attitude. I was like, in my mind, well, fuck you then, bitch. Yo, pole broke ass. But I didn't say that. I was thinking it. You know what I mean? But man, the hypocrisy is a mother. Then, of course, there's a lot of children out of wedlock. Of course, they're having a lot of abortions. Another thing that was surprising too, I heard it even on the radio, that they have a really, 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 really high rate of rape and sexual assault there, and that's because the women are poor like that. So they even thumb their noses at the guys that's in those townships as well. And so, and I'm just, you know, I'm just kind of placing myself in one of those guys' situation and figure, if I'm living in a township and I'm poor, you're living in a township and you're poor, but somehow you think you're better than me. That's just on the surface of me not really knowing. It could be something totally different, but that's the kind of vibe I got from being in the township. And at night, they don't really have sufficient lighting like we do. You know, roads are not lit up like that. So these people, it's hot out, they're just walking around and guys are taking advantage of people. I mean, I'm not condoning that, of course. That's not right. But that's what I think is happening. So the women are really fearful. I noticed that. The women are really fearful. I see a bunch of them staring at me. And I was in the little square where they would do a lot of the trading of, you know, artwork and, you know, different beads and hats and stuff that people have made. You know, they barter for a few dollars or whatever. So I'm in the market, and I wasn't really looking to buy none. I have plenty of stuff, so but I'm just looking. And I see one of the girls sitting behind the counter of one of the little stands, and she's just watching my every move. So I'm looking down at her, and I'm like, oh, I can see that ass from the front. And she was sitting down, so you know she had ass, and she was petite with it. So I'm like, oh yeah, I really have fun with this one. I could toss her up and down and spin her around like a bottle top. You hear me? So I stood there for a minute, looked at her stand. She didn't really say nothing. It seemed like she was shy or something. So I walked off. Like, all right, well, whatever. You know, had the chance. I bounced onto another stand. So I end up circling back around to her, not even knowing it. And then the guy next to her was her brother. He had a stand too. And he was saying, hey, you know, buy some things. I'm thinking like, hey, no, man, I've been to Africa plenty of times, bro. I got all kind of African artwork, you know, clothing. I got, you know, carvings. I got everything, beads. I don't need anything. I'm just looking. So he said, well, okay, brother, I understand. He said, well, fine, take my sister. The girl who was looking at me earlier happened to be this guy's sister. So he said, well, take my sister back to America with you. And I was like, by all means, fella. Hey, what's your name? And I reached out to like shake her hand and ask her what her name was or whatever. And the way she pulled back from me, she acted like I was trying to like snatch her into an alley or into a rape van or something. It's broad daylight. It's like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a nice sunny Saturday. You know, plenty of people in the square. And the way she pulled back, you could tell something has happened to her. You know, I don't know if somebody has raped her, somebody has touched her, somebody touched her as a child or something. But the way she pulled back and the look she had on her face, I could tell that somebody had touched this girl before, right? She was maybe 22, 23, something like that. My perfect age, you know what I mean? If she over 25, she too old, you feel me? But I ain't think of enough. I was like, all right, whatever then, you know, you had your chance, I'm out. So I left it alone. The food, some of the restaurants was really good food. I enjoyed that. I went on a safari. Yeah, it was lackluster, but, you know, I guess I could say I've been on one. The animals didn't look harmless. I didn't feel, you know, I want to go to maybe the Serengeti where you catch a lion, you know, running down a gazelle or something. I want to see some murder, death, kill type of stuff, you know. You know, you got to keep out. I'm from Chicago, so we used to seeing some craziness. So I want to see some animals some zebras being chased. I want to see some giraffes running. You know, I want to see tigers and bears. I want to see the whole. Now I want some action. You feel me? But well, no action at this freaking safari. But I guess I can say I've been on one. So I'm about to book me a trip to the Serengeti to really see some real, you know, some real things going on. What else did I do? Went to a couple nightclubs. Oh man, the nightlife. Oh, in Cape Town? Oh, I didn't go to the nightlife in Johannesburg because I was just that flight, like 20-some hours, and then the layover another 6 hours, and man, I was exhausted. So it took me 2-3 days to recover. But by the time I did recover, we had already moved on from Johannesburg on over to Cape Town. Now, Cape Town, man, they got a stretch. I don't know what the name of that street was called, but it was maybe like 3 or 4 blocks. They got bars on both sides of the street, and it was kind of remind me of Bourbon Street in New Orleans. People they got the downstairs. It's kind of like a mixed-use property, so you got downstairs bars, and then you got upstairs bars, or something similar. And then they got balconies, some people out the balcony drinking and partying, and I mean, it was live for 4 straight blocks. I mean, traffic was a monster. The baddest women I ever seen. Guys from everywhere, white, black, Hispanic, not Hispanic, but Asian, Indian, from India. I mean, off the chain. If you ever go to Cape Town, you gotta go. I'm sure if you ask somebody about this little strip of bars, everybody will be able to tell you where it is, but I don't remember the name of it. But man, it was off the chain. And I finally came up off a nice little female, but she was trying to boss me and order me around. I'm like, oh, you got it backwards. She's talking about, well, come on, we're gonna go to this other club. Come on, go with me, you know. And I'm like, all right, but hold on, I'm trying to wait on my guy. My guy didn't went in the restaurant to order them bourbon. And I'm just kind of like hanging out, looking at everything while they in there getting their food. I just can't run off and leave the people who I came with. They brought me here. I don't even know where I'm at, you know? And so she was like, come on. Then she was like, well, forget that, then we'll just meet you over there. And wanted me to pay for the cab for her to go over there. And I'm like, if anything, you gonna wait on me because I'm the money man. So if I'm the person you depended on to get over there, I'm not gonna give you no money for the cab unless we in the cab together. What sense does it make? I'm gonna pay for your cab for you to go. Then my guy and them get their food, and then we decide to come over to that same club. Now we got to catch another cab. Oh no, I'm not doing that. So she got a little attitude. She about maybe 21, 22. I don't know. She was young, fine as hell though. So she got mad. I slammed the cab door, and she drove off. I ain't seen her because I never did go down to that club or whatever. But man, if y'all go there, you gotta check out this little 4-block strip, man. I mean, it's like, it reminds me of Madison Street back in the day, or Columbus Park even before that, or even Garfield Park, because I'm from the west side of Chicago. So back then, it used to be sort of the same thing. Cars, just, I mean, hundreds of cars, old school, 22, 24s, 26-inch rims, everybody with their sound system, everybody drinking their beer. No fighting, people just getting along, vibing, plenty of women, you know. That's what it kind of reminded me of, you know, back when I was growing up or whatever. But no fights, of course, you know. What else? Went to visit Mandela's jail cell where he spent 18 years. I'm thinking to myself, like, Lord have mercy. The bullshit that those white South Africans put these people through, man, was just beyond me. Yeah, I would have definitely been a freedom fighter if I was born in that country. No doubt. You know what I mean? I'd have been machete in one hand, AK in the other hand. You know what I'm saying? Bulletproof vest on, the whole nine. But the man spent the 18 years approximately in this one little cell. No toilet. You know, they had community toilets or whatever, so there was no toilet in your cell and no bed. You slept on the concrete floor. I'm thinking to myself, like, ain't no way. They probably had to kill me at the gate because I don't think I could have done it. You know what I mean? I've been to jail here in Illinois. I did a nice little stretch too, almost 6 years. I slept on the floor in the county back in, I want to say 88, 89 for like 3 months. And it was murder. I had a mattress, you know, we had like a little thin mattress, sheets and blankets and pillows, and that was murder. I could just imagine sleeping on concrete for 18 years, man. Oh my God. They would have had to kill me. I'm sure I would have took a guard or two with me, and then they would have had to go on and murk me because I know damn well that I couldn't have done it. You know what I mean? So I have to take my hat off to him for that. Now, I disagree with some of his other politics, but you know, I was more of a Willie Mandela fan, you know what I mean? Because she chopping heads and taking names, and that's what I'm talking about, you feel me? He got out being more of a diplomat, more of a statesman than a revolutionary, but, you know, I figure 18 years sleeping on the floor, that will break you that, and then he had to go serve some more time at another place. I don't think we went to that place, the other spot he went to serve out the rest of his time where he was released from. But and I got also to go to Soweto Township. Got to see that. That's an infamous township where Winnie and Mandela come from. So we got a chance to go to their house and walk through their little neighborhood where he grew up at. And so all that's beautiful, nice. Tourist attraction down. So all that was decent. But the attitudes, man, the racism there is alive and well. I mean, apartheid has been dismantled or whatever, but racism is still thick there. I mean, because I remember being in line at one of the little cafes. I was going to get me an espresso because I had got up early that morning. And so I was just trying to get a boost. I don't really do espresso, but I'm like, let me do one. And some white cat took it upon himself just to jump in front. It's like 4 or 5 people in line. He just jumped in front and tried to pay for his stuff. I'm like, hold on, fam, what are you doing? Don't you see the line right there? And he gonna stand there like he dumb. Dude, white people ain't dumb. You play this role like you're dumb. You know what you're doing. Get your ass in the back of the line. So he's just stood there looking stupid. I paid for my stuff and walked out, right? But it just amazed me that the level, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, I could crush this dude's throat with one hand. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't want to be in jail in South Africa. You know what I mean? They had me in one of those ass cells with no bed. You feel me? But I played it on off and got my espresso and got him out of there. But overall, man, it was a good trip. I probably wouldn't be going back. I did meet a couple of ladies. One I nailed to the cross. I had to give her a few dollars, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I pay them to leave. That's how I look at it. I'm just getting into the pay her to leave scenario, but I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Give her a couple dollars and open up the door and find your way home, motherfucker. She's like 22, Nigerian. Came to South Africa for a better life. Realized she can't make it, so she gotta, you know what I mean, gotta bust that thing wide open. So I ain't had no problem helping her. That was the best 20 minutes of my life, you know what I mean? 22, body firm, mean, her snatch, like, man, it got like a suction on it. It had like a suction cup on it, but whatever, you know what I mean? And then the other lady I met, we went to an orphanage or whatever, and she was the director. So I was feeling her, she was feeling me. I got her number. We've been kind of talking back and forth. But overall, man, it was a good trip. Maybe I'll go back, you know what I'm saying, to see the director, because she was pretty fine. But I didn't necessarily like it. I like West Africa much better. My next trip is back to Ghana, and then I'm thinking Ghana is my next trip, then Senegal, and then Nigeria. So I got 3 trips planned for 2020. My birthday is in February. Scheduled a trip to go to Vegas. So I'm going to Vegas for the weekend for my birthday. I don't really do no gambling, but I might play some slots just to kill some time, catch a couple shows, catch a couple concerts with somebody I like out there, and you know, do a little shopping, and then come back, just kind of enjoy it by myself. I was gonna take this older chick with me, but I said negative. You know, it don't make sense taking sand to the beach. You feel me? So I'm gonna do the solo thing for my birthday. And I got 3 trips planned for next year. But overall, guys, the moral of this talk is just get your passports, save your money, book a trip, go somewhere. Like I said, my plan is to hit a lot of countries and then start me a tour company, and then have us guys get together and book these tours to go to these different places and just enjoy ourselves as men. Okay. Also, my last trip for next year, I'm probably gonna do the Far East. Taiwan, Vietnam, Cambodia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia. I'm gonna try to do those next year, December. I might take the whole December off. I think it's like a 24-day cruise that hits. I'm gonna hit all those places. It's about $4,500, $5,500. But I got a whole year to save for it, so I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get back to y'all. I got more to talk about, but I'm gonna end this one now because it's already we're only 22 minutes in, so I guess I could talk a little bit more. I kind of didn't want to come back, man. Even though I didn't like South Africa like that, still it's better than America. You know what I mean? If I had the choice, I would definitely want to be there. Okay, I saw a lot of homeless, mostly men, of course. They're downtown, sort of like Chicago. You see a lot of the homeless. I go to a lot of cities. I see a lot of the homeless men. No different there. You know, the only thing is I saw more of them. I mean, it's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homeless men. So that kind of, you know, I didn't like that aspect. But, you know, it is what it is. I saw some opportunities, you know what I mean? Some business opportunities that I could do there. There's a lot of people unemployed. So, a lot of people looking for work. So I did see some business opportunities, but overall, nah. South Africa is not a good look. More likely, I would rather go to Western Africa. More opportunity, less Western influence. The men most likely run the show there. And so yeah, I would rather do that than do South Africa. Now that I see the difference in culture or whatever. But all right, guys, I'm pulling it here. I'm in where am I at? I didn't even tell you where I went. I'm in Ohio. I'm going to Warren, Ohio, just below Cleveland, and I gotta grab a load, and I'm going back to Chicago. I guess I'm gonna be off for so-called Christmas break. I don't celebrate Christmas, so I guess I'll just be chilling until it's time for me to grab a load, because it probably won't be no work. Most places are closed then. But let me go, guys. I'm gonna come back on later. I got more to talk about. A lot of things that I need to cover about the attitudes and some of the things I saw. So it's just a warm up for right now, and I'll get back to y'all. Subscribe, tell guys about my channel, hit the notification bell. I always forget to do that. And I got a Patreon, guys, Ferocious MGTOW, same name. I haven't put anything over there yet, but I will, because I'm gonna need to get you guys to support me so I can get this tour company started, so we can start taking these international trips together as a group. All right, guys. I'll come back on later, and I'll holler at y'all then. Like I always say, peace and hair grease.